What up, horror peeps? This is Bronco Juggalo, and today it is obvious I am discussing LA AIDS Jabber from the Visual Vengeance Wild Eye line. And, again, I just want to give a big shout out to them. The presentation on these Blu-rays is fucking awesome. Really enjoy it. Really good picture restorations. They did a really good job with this line. Now, LA AIDS Jabber is a 1994 shot-on-video horror film. Supposedly one of the most sought-after shot-on-video horror films that was incredibly rare and hard to find until now. It finally got a widespread release all these years later. Now, this is considered a gem among the shot-on-video, with people praising its storyline, its acting, and just being an all-around good film. Honestly, I was shocked at how good this film was. I actually really enjoyed this story. We'll get into that here in a second. I found out that director Drew Goddard actually distributed this movie on VHS himself. The budget for the film was $69,000 and stars Jason Majik, M-A-J-I-K, as our main character, Jeff. Now, Jeff finds out he has contracted AIDS. He gets super pissed off and he decides to take it out on the world, going after a list of people that have wronged him, but he doesn't mind going after random people. And he does it by jabbing them with a needle of his AIDS-ridden blood. Now, I only have a few cons for this film, okay? First con, the generic 1990, early 90s synth horror movie, low-budget horror movie music that we get in so many of these films. Every film from this era used it, especially the lower-budget ones. And it was just kind of, yeah, all right. I'm kind of over that. You know what I mean? Our main detective in the case, and I thought the actor was doing a really good job, all of a sudden they just write him out of the story right in the middle. He gets in a car crash, and they just write him out. It's completely random. It has nothing to do with the story. He's killed by a drunk driver who also died in the accident. So it wasn't like the serial killer guy went out and got him or anything. I didn't understand that at all. Maybe they lost the actor. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but they wrote him out. One thing that's going to be on my pro and my con list, so I'm just going to mention it here because I'm pretty much done with cons, is I really like the twist ending. And if you give me about 25 seconds, I'm going to give a spoiler here, okay? And it's kind of major. So go like this, la 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 la, for 25 seconds, all right? All right, here we go. Right at the end of the film, we get a radio contact that Jeff doesn't actually have AIDS. And I thought that was a cool twist ending, but then I started thinking about it for a while. And one of the people that he jabbed, they tested the needle and there was AIDS in the blood. So, yeah, they kind of fucked up there. Okay, spoiler over. One of the things I like about this movie, it's actually pretty demented if you think about it. Jeff, I don't want to give away something cool about the movie that I really do like, so I'm not going to say it, especially since I just gave a spoiler. I don't want to give another one. Let's just say that, okay, let's just use some common sense here. He's jabbing people with an AIDS needle. They're not dying right away. Okay, we don't get gruesome death scenes in this movie. That's not the spoiler, okay? So he's not actually killing them right on the spot. They will die eventually if they, don't get treated or whatever. And this was back in the early 90s, so things were different back then. But it's kind of fucked up when you think about it, what this guy's doing. And it does still make for a very effective horror film. And there are some very bloody parts. But most of the bloody parts is when he's sitting alone. And he's just going nuts, and you watch him go nuts. And it's pretty cool to watch. I think the guy does a decent job with his acting. In fact, the acting in this movie across the board is pretty good. That is one of my pros. But when he's alone by himself, it's one of my favorite scenes, and there's multiple scenes like this, where he's alone by himself, talking to himself, making his list, watching TV, just getting pissed off at the world. And he's drawing the blood out, and he's making a mess of it. There's blood going all over the place, and I think he's enjoying the mess. He's wiping it on his face, on his television, and it's pretty fucking weird, but it's pretty cool. As I just mentioned, I did think the acting was pretty good in this film. Now, I'm not talking about Oscar worthy, but pretty damn good for a low budget shot on video movie made back in the 90s. I think they did a good job. I also really enjoyed the story of this movie. It's got a good story. It's a decently written film, with the only exception being that thing I mentioned about the main detective getting written off the movie for some reason. You know, whatever. Guys, LA8's Jabber is really dope. Definitely go and check it out. It is a cool movie. I had a lot of fun with it, guys. I really did enjoy this one. They're batting 10 for 10 so far on these visual vengeances. I've only got one more, Suburban Sasquatch, and I've heard mixed reviews, so we'll see what happens. And of course, they're going to be releasing more pretty soon. But right now, I've got all the ones they have out, I believe, so that's it. Guys, this is Bronco Juggalo wishing you a happy Wild Eye Wednesday. Yes, I know it just flashed. Peace out, y'all.
Somebody should have told you I'm the wrong one. All fun and games until you see me with a shotgun. Homie, I'm the wrong